This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past, present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. No, ladies first. So basically, welcome to Close Friends, everyone. I have been on Struggle Street this week. And I wanted to bring up this conversation, which is a bit weird to talk about, and I don't know how we're going to navigate this, because obviously we can't give too much away here.
Yeah.
But I've been on Struggle Street this week because I was logged out of my Instagram earlier this week.
Oh.
And it asked me to log back in. And I went, holy fucking shit, what is my Instagram password? And then I thought about it and I went, I don't know my TikTok password. I couldn't tell you my YouTube password. I couldn't tell you my Netflix login. I couldn't tell you like any of my passwords ever.
Yeah.
And it really shook me.
Well,
and I was like, does anyone else have this issue or is it just me?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Matt. I hate passwords. I fucking hate them, especially... So I've got all the same passwords as you, but then we've got a business. Then we've got Shopify. Then every single one of our employees has their own Shopify login. Then we have a billion other accounts like Australia Post, fucking this, that and the other. We forget passwords every day, and the steps that you have to go through to get a fucking password back or reset it is too much. And now I know you hate like AI and all that, but honestly, at some stage, can we just get rid of passwords and it's a fucking fingerprint or an eyeball for everything?
An eyeball?
Like, I don't... And just the fact that every password has different criteria. Like,
Yeah.
must contain uppercase, lowercase, and symbol and punctuation.
12 characters, 8 characters, 10 characters. So every single password
is
is different.
And it's just different variations of the same password.
Yeah, and some of them I make real tricky to you know, figure out with changing the E to a 3 or something like that, and then other ones I don't have to do that, so I don't. And like honestly, if I died and someone needed to log into my account, good fucking luck, because I obviously don't have them like written down anywhere. And then sometimes as well, I've gotten lazy when I just sign up to like random sites or sites that I don't think I'll use much. And you know how Apple will suggest a password and it'll just be like 40 random numbers and symbols that don't make sense at all. And I just go, yeah, just use strong password, and then it saves. Because I think that's the problem, is like because it auto saves all the time. And then when I tried to log into my Instagram, auto save wasn't an option. I think it's because so long ago I had logged in and never logged out that maybe wasn't an option, like saving the password wasn't an option.
I'll tell you what I hate too. When you're like trying to log in, you've tried to log in 6 times and it's like locked you out. It's like too many failed attempts. Check your email to reset password.
Yeah.
Then you go to reset the password and it's like can't use previous password.
But
It's
I'm like, but I tried that.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
It wouldn't let me. And
I
then also when
hate
you change the
passwords.
password and you're like, I've just changed it. I've even done the little I thing. So I've looked at how it's spelled. I know it's correct. And then
And
it's
it says
changed
it's
and you go to
wrong.
log in and it says wrong password.
I hate it. I hate passwords.
I do love 2-factor authentication though. I do love that, you know, it can send me a text and
See,
I got to
I
do
love
the code
that,
and stuff.
but I hate 2-factor authentication. You just got a code to your 2-factor authentication app. It's like, what fucking app? And this happens in our workplace on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And then in the group chat, it's, did someone get a code? And I'm like, okay, first of
Yeah.
all, to where? What was the mobile number ending in or email? Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was an authenticator app. What authenticator app?
Oh my God.
And then you have to fucking call Shopify and be like, I can't get into my own fucking website.
Yep.
I hate it. There needs to be a company that comes in and just makes passwords simplified for every platform in the world.
Uh-huh.
And I'm all for, take my fucking eyeball, take my fingerprint. I don't care. If I can just look at the device and log in, I'd be happy. I'd be
Yeah.
happy to never remember a password ever again.
The other thing as well is, do you use Xero for your business, right?
Yeah.
I use Xero as well. Love Xero. Shout out to Xero. Love you. But they used to do, you would log in and it would authenticate the login for 30 days. And now it's every 24 hours. It
Yeah,
resets.
when
And
they
so
knock you
every
out.
day I've got to go on the Authenticator app and put in the code to prove that it's me. There's no like, remember this browser or anything like that. I can't even figure out. Yeah. And it's not like maybe you can, but I can't move money around in my Xero. Like in Xero, I can't transfer money, right?
Yeah.
Or you can. If you can, I don't know how. But I'm like, why do I have to authenticate? All I'm doing is it's just my invoices and my bank statements. Like, it's not like they're logging into my bank app and being able to go, I'll just transfer all the money out of the account.
It causes so many troubles. Like even when AJ and I go overseas, which we haven't for a while, because our numbers are the ones that are on all of our like accounts for work.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, if we're overseas and the girls have to get a
can't
code.
get the text.
Yes, and it's caused so much troubles for us multiple times in the past. We're like, we're going overseas. We can't get a code. Fucking hell, just bring in the eye scanner.
Honestly. Okay, well, I'm glad someone else has the same issue as me because
I
think every single account I have has a different password. I don't know any of them. And I don't know how to get through it because if I get logged out of everything in my life, I may as well just make new accounts because I don't know how to log in.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as someone who's grown up on the internet, it should be easier than this. But
It is
not.
so complicated. Okay,
It's
mark my
not.
word, there's going to be a company that comes and revolutionises passwords for every company. It's good. They've got to because it's fucked.
Go Google, girl. I would love you to look up the most commonly used passwords.
I reckon it's like password 123.
Yeah, and see if we've like used any of them ourselves. I was also going to talk about old passwords as well because I used to have really funny old passwords, but I'm also like, they might be still attached to some accounts and I wouldn't want anyone to hack me. So maybe that's a bit full on. QWERTY, password and admin are the most popular. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got root. Root is a common password. ROOT. Random. Scroll down. There's not many good ones there.
It's just like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I definitely use like 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Like
Really?
when it's like it needs numbers at the end, I'm like, for fuck's sake.
Oh, no. I have numbers that I use, but they're not in succession. But yeah.
Admin, I've never used that. That's number 2 most popular.
Yeah,
But I think workplaces would use admin as the password. Hannah's nodding her head.
I hate passwords so much.
I hate them too. And the password is the most popular one, which I can totally see that being used.
What's QWERTY?
That's
It's
just
the
like
keyboard.
the top
If you go
keyboard.
like that across. Did you not know that? Hannah, we learned that in primary school. It's a QWERTY keyboard.
That's what you call it, a QWERTY keyboard.
Yeah.
What?
You definitely grew up on a farm. It's a QWERTY keyboard.
Never heard that.
Yeah.
Speaking of keyboards,
Yeah.
I've been smashing the keys on mine lately because
Ooh.
I don't know if I've spoken about this yet or not, but I started a little project. I've started writing a memoir.
Mm-hmm.
Remember early this year, obviously, I had my show Dancing Queen, which was my memoir that no one would publish, so I decided to perform it live on stage for everyone. And I just wanted to say to anyone who has never journaled before or anything like that. Are you a journaler?
No.
You don't strike me as a journaler. No.
But I will say, writing a book has made me feel like I was journaling.
So how's all that going?
Good. The
Have
book's
you
done.
announced that? Everyone knows that, right?
I've done like little stories, but I haven't done any like reels or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But about 2 years ago, I started writing it. And it's been finished for a while now. Now we're in the like print sampling phase of like getting some dummy copies made
Okay.
and figuring out all the pages because you wouldn't think like when you read a book, you don't think much of it. But like the font size and like where every chapter finishes and ends and if there's any like pull out pages with quotes and stuff. So we're at that phase. And I'll tell you another thing. And for those of you that don't know, I've written my own book, kind of like a memoir, bit of business, bit of life, bit of everything. When I finished writing it, I had blonde hair, like the full blonde hair. So I did a photo shoot for the cover because it's just me on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
So that cover was done. Then I dyed my hair dark brown, like chocolate brown. So I'm like, fuck, I can't come out with a book with blonde hair when I've got brown hair. So then we did a second photo shoot again to change the cover. Now my hair's medium light brown. And I'm reshooting it again next week.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to have, at least now, oh, pardon me, I just burped. I'm going to have 3 cover options. So if I change my hair in between now and the time it launches, I've got 3 options.
Yeah, just go back to blonde, surely.
Oh, fuck. But that's where it's at. We were going to launch it at the end of like 2024, but just had too much on.
Yeah,
so we
for
pushed
sure.
it into 2025.
Nice.
Why not?
But it was a therapeutic experience for you.
It really was. So I was writing it just at night when I was laying in bed. I'd put on my headphones, put on some ADHD focus music.
Oh,
That's playlists that I like looking up.
fun. And what's that, like lo-fi beats and things
Yeah.
like that?
And sometimes I wouldn't have it in the headphones and I just have it playing out my laptop. AJ's like, do you like this kind of music? It's like annoying the fuck out of him. I'm like, yeah, I love it. So I'd just like put on the headphones and type away. And you really get into it. Like, I liked it. I found it to be a bit therapeutic. And like I said, I've never journaled or anything. I always say that I'd like to be a journal girly, but I don't.
Yeah, I think like also carpal tunnel, so writing with a pen. I feel I couldn't do that. My hand would cramp. I feel like I write on a birthday card and my hand goes all
I go
funny,
on my phone at night and my hand cramps.
Yeah.
Like from scrolling, and then I have to switch to my other hand. I don't know if you're the same, Matt
No,
or Hannah.
I'm not.
I'm like holding my phone in the same position for ages, then I get like a cramp.
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God.
yeah, and got the divot in my finger.
You know what? I want to call bullshit on the divot, right? Let's talk about the divot in the pinky, right? You've seen online the divot in the pinky. No,
Yeah.
okay, both of you are holding up your pinkies right now going, yeah, I got a divot in the pinky.
I don't
Baby
think I
girl,
do.
first of all, check all your fingers. You've actually got a divot on all of them. Check your grandma's finger next time you're with her.
Getting worse.
Nah, check your grandma's finger next time you're with her. She's never held an iPhone in her life. She's got the divot. People
Yeah.
have the divot no matter what. So our bodies have always had this divot in our pinky. Trust me, I don't believe it for a second. Because
You heard it here
because
first,
old
people.
people who have never held a bloody phone in their life, they've got the divot as well. And also, if they do have the divot and it is from the phone, well, maybe they got it from the book. Maybe they were holding a book back in the olden days, and that's where their divot came from. I don't know, but I've looked at the divots and I've gone, because I never hold my phone in my left hand either.
Yeah, and
I'm
you've got
always
the
in my
divot in
right.
your
It actually
left.
feels a bit weird in my left hand. So I always hold it in my right no matter what, but I've got the divot in both hands.
You just made me think of something when you said back in the olden day. Just a random thought that popped into my head. I was on TikTok and on my For You page, there was a video. There's this girl, I think her name might be Annalise, but I think her TikTok name is like Nick Knock. Have you seen her? And she's like really
so.
into Y2K.
Again, I'm like a face person on TikTok.
You probably know if you saw her. So she's loves like Hello Kitty, but like Y2K vibes. Anyway, this was a few weeks back now. And so she dresses like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie used to dress like back in the 2000s, like, you know, just really that style. And she was talking about she was wanting to create an outfit that was like 2000s clubbing because she's only like 20 or something. And so she was going through her wardrobe and she had this like peplum top because remember like
I
back
did
in
see
our
this, yeah.
You did see it?
Yeah.
And she's like, I've been hanging on to this. And so she was styling this whole outfit, a clubbing 2000s outfit with the peplum top, and she did the makeup like 2000s clubbing makeup. And she just kept saying like, this is what they used to do back in the day. And I'm watching that and I'm like, back in the day, doll, like I'm not that much older than you. But isn't that funny that someone could see our clubbing era as back in the day?
Yeah. I caught up with some of my girls from high school the other day. We did a little Friendsmas and we were looking at some of our old Facebook profiles. Remember you'd go on a night out or to a party, you'd take literally 500 photos and you'd upload the entire album to
I
Facebook.
miss that. We need to bring it back.
We were looking at all the old fashion and I was like, you know what? This actually slaps. Like, I would love for these. Remember the dresses that were all like encrusted boob dresses and then they
Yes.
just flared out like an A-line skirt sort
Yes.
of vibe? Like, I'm like, I would wear that to this day. I
And I'll
love
tell
it.
you another thing. Like, we look back at our old, like, because you know how we say now that all the teenagers of today don't go through a cringe phase like we did back then, like how we were also daggy and whatever. But back then, when we were daggy, that was cool. Like, we were cool when we were going through that, I don't know, side fringe phase with lots of layers and whatever. And we look at it now and we're like, ugh, teenagers don't get to do that today. But what they're doing today is cool. But in another few generations, that will be daggy.
Yeah.
We were never daggy. That was just what was cool at the time.
Yeah, we'll probably look back in a few generations and, you know, right now we're like, oh my God, all these girls with flat shoes in the club. Like in a few generations, we'll probably be like, or a few years, would be like, I can't believe they left the house in flat shoes for the
Oh,
club.
that's insane though. Like, I'm so mad that we did miss out on that because when I was in my clubbing era, when I was 17 and 18, chunky platforms was the only thing that I wore. Like Jeffrey Campbell,
Yeah.
like, and now kids are wearing joggers to the club. Why
Yeah.
couldn't that have been us? We would never be caught dead. I was in a mini Supre boob tube skirt with chunky fucking... and I was going down those stairs at King Street nightclub and I don't know how I didn't fall over.
Oh my God. Why do nightclubs have so many stairs? Let's have that conversation.
Bring out just single level nightclubs.
Honestly. Anyway, the point is I've started writing a memoir and I just want to let any of our scrollers know, if you've never been like a journaler, because neither have I, neither has Brittney, but as you've heard, Brittney writing her book, very therapeutic. Me, I've only just begun in the last couple months and I actually had no starting point. I just kind of like pulled up a Word document and I
My
was like,
book
let me
starts
just
with
start.
Once Upon a Time because I literally didn't know what to write, so I started with that. That's the first sentence.
And I was just like, I've no clue where to start, but I started. And it's honestly like a therapy session. And I don't know, I feel like
I agree.
it's just something you might want to take into 2025, maybe over the Christmas New Year break if you're not doing much. Just even if you just only just open up your notes app and type in your notes app to begin with, give it a go. But I just felt like just writing words on a page kind of was like a weight lifted off my shoulders in
really
the weirdest way. And so I just wanted today to say, give writing a memoir a go. No one's, because I haven't been contacted to write a memoir. No one's like, I haven't got a book deal, nothing like that. I said, I'm just going to do this. And you know what? One day, if it does get published, whatever. But for now, it's just for me. And I'm just writing as a form of therapy, I guess. And I'm very much enjoying it. So that's my little tidbit of the day is
Write a book.
write a book and just see how you feel afterwards, because it might change your life.
Oh, I have to say as well, you know how we say see you next Tuesday at the end of every Close Friends? In our broadcast channel the other week, someone was like, oh my God, the ending of that episode, lol. It must have been like the first time they'd listened to the end of Close Friends. We say it every week.
Yeah, and on that note, see you next Tuesday.